Chapter 18. Catch Me, Baby. A nervous energy thrummed beneath Zayne's usually stoic exterior. His gaze, sharp and focused in business dealings, kept flicking towards the grandfather clock in the hall, its rhythmic ticking a counterpoint to the impatient beat of his heart. He imagined the low growl of Nia's red sports car eating up the country miles, a sound he was now acutely attuned to. He even found himself straining to hear it over the gentle murmur of conversation, a ridiculous notion that earned him a playful jab from his baby sister, Maya. "Bro," she chirped, her eyes wide with exaggerated sympathy. "One would think you are chasing love, limb by crutches." The heat rushed to Zayne's face, a crimson tide rising from his neck. Just as he was formulating a suitably withering retort, his gentle mother, Rose, laid a calming hand on Maya's arm. Now, Maya, leave your brother be." The reprimand was soft but effective. Meanwhile, the grandparents, Kia and Harry, erupted in hearty laughter, their amusement amplified by Maya's subsequent comical impression of Zayne, all awkward limbs and longing gazes. "Don't fret so, my boy," Grandma Kia chuckled, her eyes twinkling. "That foot needs rest and healing, not all this." Anticipation. Zayne managed a tight nod, trying to project an air of nonchalance he was far from feeling. Just then, a familiar, throaty roar sliced through the peaceful manor sounds, the unmistakable symphony of a high-performance engine approaching. Nia had arrived. The moment Nia stepped through the grand oak doors, she was enveloped in a wave of genuine warmth. The Ashwoods greeted her not as a guest, but as a cherished friend they had been eagerly awaiting. Rose, her smile radiant, moved towards Nia with open arms, embracing her in a hug that felt instantly comforting. "Welcome, my dear," she murmured, before turning to the ever-efficient butler, Mr. Finch. Finch, left wing, second floor. A flicker of surprise crossed Nia's perfectly sculpted features. The thought of being sequestered so close to Zayne sent a confusing mix of apprehension and a strange, unfamiliar flutter through her. How did I let myself get talked into this? She wondered, the whirlwind of her usual CEO life feeling a million miles away. Yet, despite her inner turmoil, she found herself melting into the genuine affection radiating from the Ashwoods. It reminded her of the easy, playful camaraderie she shared with her own grandparents, Dido and Arthur, a pair of delightfully mischievous souls who, despite their age, possessed the boundless energy of teenagers. The welcome continued with a delicious home-cooked lunch, the aroma of roasted lamb and fresh herbs filling the air. Each member of the family took the time to show Nia a piece of their world. Harry, with a twinkle in his eye, led her to his study, proudly displaying his collection of snails, each shell meticulously labeled. "Fascinating creatures snails are," he declared, peering at her over his spectacles. "They can teach humans a thing or two about real love, you know. Patience, persistence." Nia, whose world revolved around quarterly reports and swift decision-making, found herself surprisingly intrigued by his earnestness. It was a stark contrast to the cutthroat boardrooms she navigated daily. She even discovered a shared appreciation for these slow-moving creatures with her own granddad Arthur, a surprising common ground in this unexpected setting. Later, as Nia was admiring the sprawling gardens, a blur of youthful energy descended upon her. Maya, her eyes sparkling with mischief, grabbed Nia's hand. "Come on," she exclaimed, pulling Nia along with surprising strength. "You have to see Black." Before Nia could fully process what was happening, she was being led at a brisk pace towards the stables, the scent of hay and leather growing stronger with each step. There, leaning against the stable door, was Zayne. The afternoon sun cast him in a warm glow, highlighting the strong lines of his jaw and the focused intensity in his gaze as he watched his magnificent black stallion. The horse, a creature of raw power and elegant muscle, was being offered carrots by the ever-present Mr. Finch. Nia stopped, momentarily breathless. Black was breathtaking. "Black," Zayne said, his voice a low rumble, noticing her presence. "His name is Black. I haven't been able to ride him properly to let off some steam since my predicament." He gestured to his injured foot, a hint of frustration in his tone. "And he doesn't take kindly to anyone else on his back." As if sensing Nia's gaze, Black turned his intelligent head, his dark eyes fixing on her. Then, to Zayne's slight surprise, the powerful animal took a step closer to the unfamiliar woman. Maya, ever the astute observer, exchanged a knowing glance with Mr. Finch. "Oh, Mr. Finch was just telling me about the prize-winning roses in Grandma's greenhouse. she announced brightly, a clear excuse hanging in the air. With a conspiratorial wink at Nia, she and the butler discreetly retreated, leaving Zayne and Naya alone in the quiet intimacy of the stables. The only sounds the gentle munching of Black's carrot and the soft rustle of hay. The air crackled with an unspoken energy, the possibility of connection hanging heavy in the warm afternoon light. A genuine smile blossoms on Nia's face as her hand connects with Black's smooth, powerful coat. It's a tactile experience that grounds her, a stark contrast to the digital interfaces she usually commands. Zayne, meanwhile, finds his gaze drawn to the gentle way. Her fingers trace the lines of Black's muscles. There's an unexpected tenderness in the gesture that captivates him, a stark departure from the sharp, decisive movements he imagines she uses in her business world. He steals glances, trying to reconcile the powerful CEO with the soft touch he's witnessing. Would you want to ride him for me? The question escapes Zayne almost involuntarily, a hopeful note lacing his voice. It's a vulnerable offering, a chance for her to experience a part of his life that's currently out of reach for him. As if understanding the unspoken invitation, Black, the intuitive creature, takes a deliberate step closer to Nia, nudging her gently with his head, a soft, insistent push in Zayne's direction. It's an almost comical yet undeniably significant gesture. The unexpected nudge throws Naya slightly off balance. Without thinking, Zayne instinctively drops his leaning stick, his hands shooting out to steady her. His grip is firm, yet surprisingly gentle, his fingers wrapping around her arm as if she were a precious, fragile thing. For a fleeting moment, they are intimately connected, the warmth of his hands seeping through her sleeve. The world seems to narrow to just the two of them. The powerful presence of Black a silent witness to this unexpected, almost choreographed encounter. The anticipation in the air, the unspoken promise of a kiss, hangs suspended as Nia reaches for Zayne. A soft blush colors her cheeks, her eyes softening as she looks at him. It seems as though the carefully constructed walls around her are beginning to crumble, replaced by a vulnerability neither of them expected. But just as their proximity intensifies, the shrill ring of her phone shatters the delicate moment. The abrupt intrusion pulls Naya back from the edge of something new and tender. She pulls away slightly, a flicker of annoyance crossing her features as she reaches into her pocket. The voice on the other end of the line is smooth, almost oily and laced with a chilling familiarity. "Pretty Nia," it purrs, the endearment, sending a shiver down her spine. That has nothing to do with the cool, stable air. "I have good news for you. I have information concerning your parents' death." Nia freezes, her breath catching in her throat. The warmth in her eyes is instantly extinguished, replaced by a stark, haunted look. The voice continues, relentless and manipulative. "If you want to know more, make sure to come alone. I will send you the address as soon as possible. If you dare to tell anyone..." A pause, heavy with menace. "Take it you don't have the desire for closure." The transformation is stark and immediate. The rosy hue on Nia's cheeks drains away, leaving her skin pale and clammy. The soft smile vanishes, her lips now pressed into a thin, hard line. The warmth in her eyes turns to a glacial coldness, a familiar defense mechanism snapping back into place. The joyful anticipation of moments ago is completely obliterated, replaced by a chilling dread and a steely resolve. The carefree atmosphere of the stables suddenly feels heavy with unspoken secrets and a looming threat. Zayne's brow furrows with concern as he witnesses the abrupt shift in Nia's demeanor. One moment her face was soft with a budding tenderness. The next it's a mask of icy composure. "Nia, what is it?" "What's wrong?" he asks, his voice laced with genuine worry. But Nia's focus has narrowed, a flicker of something dark and determined in her eyes. She forces a strained smile, her voice tight. "Actually, Zayne," she says, her gaze flicking towards Black, Could I ride him now? You mentioned he needed to run. It's a clumsy deflection, but the urgency in her tone is palpable. Zayne, though sensing something is amiss, is easily swayed by the prospect of seeing Black finally get some exercise. He gestures towards the sprawling green field that stretches out from the manor. "Of course." He watches, a mixture of concern and anticipation in his eyes, as Nia approaches Black. To his surprise, Naya moves with an unexpected confidence around the powerful animal. She accepts the reins with a steady hand, her posture already showing a natural balance. Black, as if sensing her competence, seems eager, his muscles quivering with restrained energy. With a fluid grace that belies her earlier nervousness, Nia swings herself onto Black's back. The moment she's settled, Black explodes into motion. His powerful legs eat up the ground, the wind whipping through Nia's vibrant red hair, creating a fiery halo around her. She rides with a skill that takes Zayne completely by surprise, her body moving in perfect sync with the stallion's powerful strides. She's a vision of untamed beauty and confident command. As he watches her, a new kind of determination hardens Zayne's gaze. The vulnerability he'd glimpsed moments before, now masked by a steely resolve, only intensifies his interest. He sees not just a beautiful woman, but one with hidden depths and a fierce spirit. The sight of her, fearless and in control atop his magnificent black, ignites a newfound force within him. He wants to know her secrets, to understand the shadows that flickered across her face. More than ever, Zayne is determined to break through her defenses and make this extraordinary woman his. Isaiah 41:10-14. GNT, do not be afraid, I am with you. I am your God, let nothing terrify you. I will make you strong and help you. I will protect you and save you. Thanks for watching. See you next Wednesday.